It was such a trip seeing you do this role, because I as soon as I saw you, I thought of Accepted. That was the first thing that came to mind. It was just fast talking Adderall, all over the place.
Yeah, right. ADD. Yeah. He's still in here somewhere. Yeah.
But you're doing great work on the show. Can you talk to us about the physicality? Because he's got the limp. And how you developed that to not make it really hokey looking.
Yeah. Well, the best thing about it is that it's written as an actual. We see the injury happen in the pilot. It is an injury that he receives from Fish, and so that even in itself makes it so much more authentic to play. I was able to talk to people about what exactly would that look like if someone broke your ankle and it never set right, or you never he's a criminal. He can't go to the hospital. Who knows what the healthcare situation is like in Gotham City anyway. As far as we've seen, it's not good. But yeah. So and then in terms of incorporating that into my performance, I use an old actor's trick where I put a bottle cap in my shoe, and it kind of anchors me to. It's not painful, but it's just an actual physical reminder of the pain that Oswald feels with every step that he takes. And also anchors him back to Fish Mooney because she's the one who gave it to him. You know what I mean? And so it's as an actor, it kind of creates this link between the pretend and the real, which is really really helpful. When you want to make something believable as opposed to just cartoonish or affected, basically. Yeah.
Penguin has kind of gotten where he's gotten, because he gets people to underestimate him.
Right.
They don't think he's as intelligent and as crafty as he puts on a very outward persona that he's sort of weak and things like that. But obviously we know that's not the case. So as the show goes on, are we going to see more of his confidence manifest outwardly as he interacts with other characters?
Yes, definitely. That's and in particular these final 4 episodes. It's a culmination of everything that's led up to this point, which is, when we start in the pilot, that's his first baby step towards being his own man. When he goes behind Fish's back, and basically rats her out to the police. And then he aligns with Maroni, and then goes behind Maroni's back, and is now with Falcone, and and is playing all these different sides. All of that is the end game is to be his own boss and to be, not the meek one anymore, to be, the one in charge. And so in these last 4 episodes, he sets certain events into action that affect everyone in Gotham City, and it's his final push towards being, the head penguin in charge. And so yeah, you'll see him finally starting to own his own power, which is really exciting. It's a really nice it's a really nice progression and a really amazing gift that I've been given as an actor to have been given such an amazing arc in this season. It's awesome.
What can fans expect from these final 4?
From the final 4, well, they can expect. Again, I would say they can expect the culmination of events that have been set into motion in the throughout the entire season all sort of come to a head in these final 4 episodes. And
is there a lot of action though?
There is a lot of action.
Is there a lot of blood? Any blood?
Yes, there is a lot of blood, and there's a lot of with certain characters, choices that they make that change them forever. I have to be so freaking vague, and it's driving me crazy. I just want to say it all. I know it's I apologize for that, but and it's not just with Penguin, as I said, these final 4, the culmination of everything that's come. It is with everybody, and you'll see what the whole show, a lot of what the show is about is how these people have come to be because of Gotham City, how Gotham City itself has formed these people. And what you'll see in these final episodes are the hard choices that each character has had to make to survive and to not be, swept under, to really carry themselves as people in the city. So it's hard to be articulate when you can't be. You can't say it. Yeah, so, but that's all. I hope that helps. I don't know.
Did you go back and read a lot of the comics and things to research the character, or did you want to keep that out of how you interpret it?
Oh no, I definitely went back and read, and it was amazingly helpful. Like, and also like, Jeff Johns, who's the head of DC, is an amazing guy, and he is so behind. He's been behind our show since the beginning, and so involved with it. We were at I think it was San Diego last year, and I asked him if there were any titles of any books in particular that would talked a little bit about where Penguin is from, specifics, and he was like, what's your address? And I was like, what? And I had completely nerded out. 2 days later, I get a hand-selected bunch of comics from Jeff that really delved into where the Penguin came from and really explored his his origin, where he's from, and it was incredibly helpful. That's how I learned that he was bullied when he was a kid, that he was treated horribly because of how he looked and because of his interest, and really how that formed him as a human being, and that was my link, that was my in to the humanity of the character. My goal was to, and I think all of our goal in the show is to make, these characters as human and three-dimensional as possible. And it was incredibly helpful to go back through the comics and read that. So, yeah.
How do you look in a monocle?
Last question.
I haven't tried one on yet. I'm I'm excited for for the accessories to start coming back in, in the second season. I'm gonna be and it'll be interesting too, because as with the limp, so much of it is established as a major plot point. So I'm part of me is what the heck happens to his eye? What's gonna happen to his eye? So we'll see.